Hey Trey,
Yeah.
it's let's take it back. It's 2009 and you got $5 more in your pocket. Let's go to Club Rodeo.
I present to you the Luther, a full-pound burger patty covered in cheese, grilled onion, 5 strips of bacon, all sandwiched between
Two donuts.
2 Krispy Kreme donuts. It's called the Luther because it was supposed to have been invented by Mr. Luther Vandross himself.
Luther Vandross is dead.
And what's your point?
What's up with this now? We holding the porch down, talking about just how reality's turned out. We ain't finished, ain't even finna be for a minute. Everybody's playing games. What's up? Then let's have a scrimmage. Gotta unify the cooler guys with you and nows we must discuss. Truth and lies, eulogize the proof in time what makes us us. Ain't no way to be bored now. Come on, we off the porch
Let's go
now.
porch down. Yeah. Okay. What was that? What
You
was
know,
that?
I just had to do a little something different.
Okay.
You
I
know.
like that. You might have to contact that man. Cause yeah. Yeah. That's what's up. Happy
Yeah.
Friday, folks.
Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the Off the Porch podcast. I'm Q with the I. And this guy over
And I'm
here
Trey.
has
Oh, I'm
been
Trey. A little
one day.
preemptive, my
It's
bad.
been one whole episode since Trey hasn't fucked up the interview, the intro. So good job,
Whoa,
Trey.
whoa, whoa. It's a work in progress. Um, that's my favorite one to use. It's a work. Rome wasn't built in a day. That's
Yo
all I'm
yo
saying.
yo, stars and silly
What's
cues.
going on? What's going on?
The homies is here. Also, um, you don't have to. I figured I should let people know since I did this on my own. I did put a donation link in our thing, so there is a donation link.
Oh
Because
yeah.
you know, if y'all appreciate us that much, so I did put that in our links up there. So feel free to use that. Trey, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about moral currency and moral debt.
Yeah, moral bankruptcy, brother.
Oh, bankruptcy altogether. The fact that morals have a form of currency. I mean, a lot of people don't look at it in that way, but to hear that, like dealt with that in that manner, it's like, dang, it made me think about, what do we, how do we explain ourselves? You know
uh,
what I mean?
right. Let me. I wanna, cause one of my is it my thing is you going into moral bankruptcy, whether it is becoming a billionaire and having to step on some toes, or it's niggas cooning out here, because that do happen.
Oh, a
And
lot.
you losing your
A lot.
dignity, in the black community.
And you can easily do that. That's an easy feat. It don't take much.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Either way, with whatever moral debt or bankruptcy you're going into, is it justified?
Man, how do you justify bankruptcy? How do you justify debt? I mean, if you want to look at it like noted, um, new Dragon Ball Super mangoes out. But if you give me that question one more time.
If if you do something to go into moral bankruptcy, is there a way to justify? Is it justified? Depending on the situation, is there a situation where that is justified?
I would say everybody is different, and justified is only relative toward what is going on in your life. I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where a lot of the times we get it wrong as a society. We always get that. You know what you should do, or I told you, and then everybody told you to do this, then you didn't. Yeah, it looks torn up, but that's on your morals, and you got to figure out if it's worth going into debt about. Because I mean, that's at the same time that's your nurturing. If everybody you around is telling you one way, and you decide to go against and go into like a moral bankruptcy that way,
See, that's
a lot of
like shit like that. Like the 5K that Elon's talking about. Like, there's no way to morally justify that in my eyes.
do I need to?
Do.
I mean, can't you just take it? Can't you use 5K?
Yeah, but I mean,
What else you gonna do with it?
I mean, this is true, but he said like you could. What if I take that 5K and go get my girl need an abortion? 5K is 5K.
You got 5K to do it.
Yeah, I can't, man.
It must be Friday. It has got to be Friday.
Hey,
I'm
yeah,
not about to play with you in the shirt today.
Listen, don't.
I didn't get dressed. I'm real regular, but now I feel like I got to put something on next week.
The tiger meat
With the chain? Come on, man. Come on, man. I didn't know that's what we was doing.
In the words of my uncle, listen, I got things to do after this. People to see.
Are these moral assets of yours? Is that what you got on right now? Your moral assets? That's the screenshot right there. In the hey, the stream camera just. What are you doing?
I was taking a screenshot of it.
Oh. $20 is $20.
$20 is $20, brother. I like it,
Hey,
especially in this day and age.
Well, everybody got the famous moral debt conversation. You taking drug money? You find some money on the streets, you gonna take it? You ain't gonna turn it in, is you?
Right.
Now, are you gonna take money from your brother that sold a lot of weight to give it to you? He told you to hold it. You gonna take it?
Nope.
He told you to hold it.
Yeah, he told me to hold it. And
yeah.
There's because at some point there's some incentive at the end of that. So. Hey, Jay, listen. These morals is a little twisted.
I mean, it's a lot of different kind of morals. Like, and I think we came up with this topic because of the Aaron McGruder video, right?
Yes.
And we should have dropped that in the reference. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, if I find money, that's my money.
He was talking about debt and bankruptcy as far as a black society.
Yeah.
And boy, let me tell you, I feel like though, and just to put this on the front line of this conversation, on my stance about it, I feel like they've highlighted us enough, even based off of what they did to us. They've highlighted us enough to make us look way worse than what we really are.
Mm-hmm.
So we couldn't have really got out of that moral debt to end us from going into a moral bankruptcy.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely a generational.
And so, like, even if it sounds fucked up, if I say like some shit, like that is like my true like depth in believing like the media control a whole lot of the perception of how people see black folks right now.
Mm-hmm.
I said black folks like I came out of '67. Goddamn. Whew.
Right.
Anyways.
That the
uh,
image that they see in social media is the image that they have of us. Is-
yeah, yeah. And it's real easy for them to
which
push the this cat looks like this, and
which
you
comes
know what I
to
mean? And
my
he's a
first
thug,
person,
you know,
right? And it
and
comes to
I
my
just so
first
happen to be
person of topic, which would be Sexy Red, because that there we go. There we go. See, I am all for do your thing. This is sex positive stuff, whatever.
oh yeah.
But
I say don't push ghetto narratives.
right,
Period. Like
there's a
that
caveat to
shit
it.
got to come to an end.
There's a caveat
Speaking
to
on
it,
moral debt.
like there's a caveat to it, like the ghetto gastric,
Mm.
and they did that.
And for good reason, Judge.
Yeah, we really need to get rid of that word, but that's what they deem us. You see somebody like Sexy Red, and to us, she just wanted the chicks in the hood. Right. She just wanted.
Yeah.
She just there.
And now it's wide across, you know, like
And
a
now,
spectrum, and then
yeah,
they try
now
to act a
it's
certain way. Like, but I always have a problem. Like, not even a problem, but just like the thoughts, like, because just being where we from, Wichita, like having to relate to Compton, Atlanta, anything like that, I don't feel like it's the same.
right.
Kinda. You know what I mean? And not to
And
say that we don't have our own issues. You know what I mean? We absolutely do. We got some, you know, but I feel like it's still different.
right,
We, as far as Kansas go, we offer a completely different type of society. I think.
right. Our
From what I
what
see, a
we
lot of other places they don't like it here.
what we deem as hood or ghetto and is not the same as somebody in Compton or somebody in Chicago or somebody like that. Like there's different
No, I mean I think
to
it's the
us.
same, but I think it's like conditions was different because of like the
There's
amount of
levels
people, the
to it.
amount of media, the amount like we are under the radar city, a straight up flyover city, right?
Mm-hmm.
They miss all of it, but it's so much going on, you know what I mean? So I feel like the depiction, like it was real easy to go one way or the other. I guess you could say either go to hell or go to yell or whatever, however you want to explain it. But I don't think the experience is the same, and I don't think like as many cities that have like I'd say identities that are the same size as Wichita,
Mm-hmm.
we don't really have an identity as far as black folks, especially. There I go again, going back to '67. Uh, but
We
I
yeah.
think, and
So
that's enough. That's the reason for this here this here podcast. That's the reason for doing what I'm doing. Like, I don't feel like there's. I think there's an underrepresentation of people to
normal people,
add value to our moral currency altogether. Do what?
normal people like
Yeah,
us. Yeah.
and they're everywhere, every fucking where. But nobody sees us,
Oh, you want to know what I think happened?
huh?
This is this might ruffle a little feathers. I think we misappropriated the social currency that Obama gave us.
How you get there?
Look at the current when Obama came into office, we essentially had a pedestal to lift us up.
Yeah, yeah.
Did we use it correctly?
No.
All right then. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay. Okay. But I don't think
Because otherwise, we wouldn't be in the situation that we are now.
we got to think about what we know about history as far as our generation and what really counted back then, because you can go back and say that MLK had like a 62% approval rating. I saw the word 62. It wasn't I saw the word 42, but it was a 2. But like it wasn't as high as everybody thinks that like people in this one region of the United States were just
Right.
all unified in order to make this thing happen inside the government. That's not the case. And I want people to like not stop believing in what they believe in, but stop believing that everybody was just on the same side well enough to be one entity as far as black people. I don't think that's really a thing. I don't think it's ever been a thing.
It's not
Zulu and
because
Xhosa, like
they,
going way back, we've never just been one people.
and even because we all know that there are different shades of us. There are different types of us. There is all this stuff.
Yeah.
Black is different shades of brown and different ethnicities, and there's Spanish brown and black and all these different types. So naturally, nobody is gonna have these different communities are not gonna have the same ideas
Mentality.
and
Ideologies,
Right.
religion,
at some
all
point,
of it.
but at some point there's bridges and there's commonalities and stuff like that. So
At this point, it needs to be because we well enough know that they can't tell the difference anyway.
right, so I try my best to do that. There are certain certain shit you just can't change, and in people's minds.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it definitely I know that me myself, because I got a cousin is the mixed race people. Listen, Umar said, "Is your daddy black?" Yeah, you black.
You black.
That's how I feel about it. Now,
I mean, with what? What you getting at?
there are some people who they daddy is black and they came with them moral dollars in their pockets.
Yeah.
And what they do with them? Took them and they fucking set them on fire.
Yeah, they really did. They really didn't do shit with it. Nothing. They didn't want it.
And who do you
Didn't spend it nowhere anyway.
blame in that situation though?
You got to blame it on yourself.
True.
You want to blame the community that you feel like pushed you out, but if you real individual, you bring it right back to yourself because that's how you reacted. I've been learning that a lot about myself here personally.
Yeah.
I'm not about to keep taking shit personal.
Right. I've
I
definitely.
am about to that's personal shit, but
I've definitely learned that part.
yeah, you absolutely got to blame yourself as bad as you want to feel or how you want to feel. Like I've been saying, I think across the board at this point, don't nobody owe you nothing.
Right.
You know, and so you I don't know, and it's levels to it too, because if you're around the right people, you can come back. You can come back if you're around the right people. They may not look at you the same for a pretty good while, but
Hey.
you know.
Hey.
But hey,
That's kind of
life
why we
life
here.
be different for everybody, don't it?
Yeah, that was kind of my journey. So
Like
I mean,
I kind of feel like I was kind of low key, not even low key, but like just on the same shit. I kind of feel like the black community did a pretty good job of pushing me away at whatever point, but I didn't like I hung out with
I
everybody because in reality I grew up with like everybody around me, you know what I mean? So it
yeah,
wasn't no different growing up, but I grew up in not even a different area.
right.
I grew up on Person Woodline, but it was the apartments. I seen all kinds of kids circulating around, you know what?
Yeah,
And we was a lone family by ourselves, so it wasn't no going to go see cousins. Like we got plenty, we got a lot of family out here. Don't get me wrong, but we didn't really like get to visiting a lot after
right.
I got a certain age.
I
But
I got
having that, like, yeah, we a lone black family in Wichita. It was, shit, all
and
kinds of people around me.
I was out doing hanging out with white folks and stuff. But when
Hmm.
on I stay with my cousins and shit on the weekends, so like I
Hmm.
still got my people
See,
around me and stuff. So I was fortunate enough
oh
to
yeah,
have that. Now that I think back on it, I was fortunate enough to have that because a nigga would have been lost.
would have been all kinds of lost in the sauce, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Hey, like my going to go see cousins, I had to go. I was out of town, you know. Luckily, we did a lot of that,
good. Yeah,
but I had some homies, you know, here and there. I hung out with some of I mean, and still to this day, like some of everybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was fortunate that my uncle's kids and stuff. I was fortunate enough to still have them, so I still had that, and I hold on dearly to that. So
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hold on to the family. A shout out to all my family out here.
yeah,
Uh, but yeah. So you can burn it.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that's a good way of looking at it. I ain't never really even thought about it like that.
yeah.
But
Burn it all away. You just burn that,
hmm.
especially
Hmm.
in the black community, doing stupid shit, bro. Like, and I
Yeah, I
know.
wasn't trying to get shot, and if I could join the game, my daddy would have whooped my ass, and you know.
Right, but that
I was the
like
only one taking them ass whoopings too. Anytime I did get into trouble, I was the only one. Like I was going home mad than a motherfucker. My daddy gonna whoop my ass, man.
ooh.
Yeah, yeah. My daddy old school.
But even when we got older, hanging out there with them white folks out in Andover, you know who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say their name on here because I don't want to give them no type of intention whatsoever. But you know who
I'm
I'm
trying to
talking
think
about.
about Andover. I'm trying to think about
The
Andover.
big house with the pool. I, I think you came out
Oh,
there. Yeah,
oh.
but even being out there, and and I talked to me and James talked about that. The only person that was running drugs all across the town and doing all this shit was the two minorities. The white folks wasn't doing none of that. We was
Of
putting
course
ourselves
not. They
in
facilitated the parties that you,
right.
them, they,
And now
so you know.
if the cops would have came and they say who and
Oh, that's the
yeah,
guy right there.
yeah, that's the guy right there. So
Pretty much.
you know
Pretty much. You
that
better off just staying inside, playing the game, picking up a hobby.
yeah, through all
Thank God for PlayStation.
and be done through and I for all that it's worth, I wouldn't be here today had some shit like that happen. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the 20s, our 20s was wild enough, huh?
right,
Yeah. Yeah.
let's talk about some motherfuckers that have a lot of dollars, but they got no moral dollars. Meek Mill
Oh shit.
and Nick Cannon.
And Nick Cannon,
And Nick Cannon.
I'm a fan of Nick Cannon.
First of all,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
them tweeting at Elon about first Meek said, "Ain't no way Elon Musk is gonna have more baby mamas than me.
I don't like it.
Nick Cannon said, "Damn, Elon, man, I'm trying to get just like you, brother, bro. No,
Brother,
you've
ooh.
done your piece. No, you niggas are morally
How many
broke."
baby mamas does Elon Musk have?
Elon got 4 and 13 kids.
He got 13 kids.
Just had another one. His daughter found out morally bankrupt. You know how his daughter, they asked her which one was the most awkward that you found out about. She said she found out about one of her siblings on a Reddit post on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Let me just say, any faults of my families, I am so glad that we've never had to experience anything as live as that. We a wild ass family, don't get me wrong. But nah, like it's hard to believe that that's really shit that exists in the world, man. I'm still not against the idea that it's a simulation.
That man
I'm not against that idea. This shit's getting ridiculous, dog.
That man is so morally broke that he's taking money out of his
You got
kids'
13
pocket.
kids.
13.
You got 13 kids. They're gonna take up at least 20% a piece.
I don't.
Of course, you're morally bankrupt.
I posted about this yesterday. Grimes, when she was posting about, hey Elon, hey, your kid is in dire, like, life-threatening. Hey, sir, you can't call me. He didn't email her, no nothing. Instead, he shadow banned her.
That's a damn shame. And see, that's what I'm saying. This shit is a simulation. I think they're agents.
we talking about moral bankruptcy.
Yep.
These people are morally bankrupt.
But we know that because they ate us. We know they've been morally bankrupt since 14.
Beyond that, brother. Beyond that.
Since the day they put Jesus on the cross.
Yeah. This is about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sound like that. And for it to, it's come to a head with this whole election and stuff to the point where we're going back to Jim Crow laws.
Bro, I honestly fear for my son's future. Like, I need him to get some more years up. I shouldn't have started so late because shit looked like it's looking, but I'm low key terrified for what the next 20 years is gonna bring us. Like, I'm gonna have to find a way to teach him some rooting things. He asked me to take him fishing this summer though. So we probably next month or so I'm gonna get my license. We going fishing on some of these Saturdays.
I need to go start going fishing again. I ain't been
Man,
fishing. Lord knows how long.
As country and like not with the grain of the society. Well, what do I call it? The societal black folks, like just like growing up in the sticks, learning to use your hands, like learning to put shit in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
All that shit is the best thing you can give to your body and your mind. Like I still try to grow stuff every year just to keep my just something going.
Me and my friend Jess were talking. She's probably somewhere in here. somewhere. But yeah, we was talking about just plants and stuff. Like I
Yeah,
take care of plants.
yeah. Get some oxygen going around in your front room.
Right.
You'd be amazed at what happens after you put some. I need to put some
There she is.
house plants up in my living room myself. But yeah,
Yeah.
I used
Even
to feed cows, feed chickens, collect eggs, milk cows,
right.
feed pigs.
And we gonna need that here and
That's what I'm
not too long.
saying. I don't know how to do that shit no more.
Right.
But
Shit.
as a kid, man, I just did all that kind of stuff. And even now, like with some things, is like a third, not even a third, like a sixth kind of sense just to put stuff together. And I think I owe a big part of that to those summers and stuff.
Hmm. I
Mm.
mean, yeah, it's definitely that. And I don't necessarily have anybody to teach that stuff to, so I'm gonna
Mm.
just keep doing what I do
Shoot.
and yelling at races. Speaking of yelling at races, I have a fucking idea for one of our
What?
for one of our game nights. I don't think I don't did I tell you about this? Because there's a game called Colts of the Lamb.
Cult of the land? Uh-uh.
It's called Colts of the Lamb, and you start a little cult. Well, I don't judge me. So what? This is how I is from as to not killing anybody that get on my nerves on Facebook. Uh,
Uh-huh.
I take the racists' names and I take my cult members in the game and I make them the racist names. And like you sometimes you have like little trickster in your cult, and I can make them our Twitch followers names and stuff, and I can make them have our Twitch followers go and make the racists eat poop.
I'm not about to play.
They will eat poop and die.
That is funny. That
So,
is funny.
and
Nah, that sounds like a good release though.
yeah,
Some, you just need to wait.
and
Hey,
I was listening to music today, and Click came
what you
on.
listen to?
Click
Who
came
did?
on. Click,
Ain't nobody fucking but my click.
but
Click, click,
that
click, click.
yes, and I heard the again. This is going back to the moral currency. Uh, it went back to uh, oh yeah, the Kanye verse. White people get money, don't spend it. Or maybe they
Mhm.
get money by a business. I'd rather buy 80 gold chains and go ignorant. That's what is wrong with us? Why?
First of all, super nigga, Kanye. Oh, um, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with us. I mean,
Hey!
have fun with it,
Thanks,
but
silly. We got some bits. We got some
hey,
bits.
good looking out.
Oh, I guess I should reiterate that we put the donate thing in the link, so it's up there. I don't really care, but
Mm-mm.
I cared about it this morning, and then I was like, I don't really care about this. But yeah, like why, why do we need to be? Why do we need to be that flashy? And we ain't got no. We not invested in nothing. We not that stuff like that. We just buy. We invested in this big ass chain. Like
I don't know. Like that's why I feel like it's a simulation. I
it,
don't. I don't
it
understand the. I mean, I like having nice stuff, but I don't know. I would have some shit. Don't get me wrong. I don't know. I couldn't really. I mean, but that's just.
I
I guess that's
remember.
just some people. You know what I mean?
Right. And I remember growing up, you always want to be rich and famous. I don't want to be any of that. Like I want to.
Especially not now that everything is like so out.
Right.
But
And I
I think they spend most of the moral currency for us.
yeah.
They are responsible for a lot of the debt, and
I
not even in the fact that like I don't enjoy the music, but especially in the last 15 years, like I always say, we haven't done nothing but giving ourselves ammo,
right.
and I don't understand how we
We
could.
just
So I mean,
that's all we've done is give
we
them
got
ammo.
we got the short end of the stick. They didn't really leave us with no options. And by they, you know, I mean the same people that put that stuff out there and spread those lies out there. That's the they that you mean.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I think we owe it enough to the civilized folks to separate them from the ones who have these insane ideas about how to put us in. You know what I mean?
Right.
At least that much, just to try to get some like
And
peace together. But
my thing
that's
about
not
that
like
my
sit up
thing
here and
about
say you got
that
to give hugs and shit.
my thing about that
But
is those people know who they are, and if you get mad at the way that I talk about white people, you are that white person that I'm talking about. And
uh
that's just it. And if you don't get mad and it don't pertain to you, if it if it don't
that's
apply,
my
let it
thing.
fly.
That's my thing. But at the same time, don't get out here calling him that in front of me just because you thought no.
Right.
No,
Like
you
I
know,
don't.
I don't. It's been a weird experience for me. You either get it or you don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Like that. Yeah. That's my
And
thing.
it gets
Either
weird real quick. It gets real weird real fast.
because yeah, it does because you see my Facebook and how it devolves very fast, very fast.
Yeah, yeah, it
Because these
does.
people, I don't. It's part of it is these are people that I hung out with that I at a point in my life where I would just let these people openly, be disrespectful to me as a black person, as to
Mm.
black people in general, and I've since corrected that, and those people are like, well, I can't hang around you because I can't make fun of your skin color anymore. Basically, that's the only reason you. Or
Pretty
did
much.
you kept me around, realizing that you kept me around, so you had a scapegoat.
And
So
even so, like it's a difference between putting shit on Facebook and talking to somebody directly
right,
because of how easily you can draw the wrong attention on social media, you know, and then you talk to your friend on social media like, hey, put that, you know what I mean?
and
And
yes,
then you look like, and then you get right off into that mess.
and and
You know,
what y'all don't understand is y'all think that I just be going after these people. This is like me. This is like 10 years worth of like things that
they like flies
and
in the trap.
yeah, that it's yeah, it's like people that I've known for like 10 years have devolved this this character of me from past, and I'm not that person. I've never been that
Yeah.
person. I mean, first of all, I've been several different people in one goddamn body for multiple different platforms of people. It's just that's just how I do. That's just the way I am. As
Mhm.
some of it is out of security, some of it is just kind of the way that I am. So, I it's definitely a fine line. Yeah, that for sure. And yeah, it get when you tell them those things and the hardships that you've had because they have hung out with you during a limited time and they don't see those
Mhm.
things, they automatically assume that those things that you are telling them are lies. And I get that all the time. And it devolves
Mhm.
into insults and hate speech and saying that I'm a victim. And that's when I usually put it on Facebook. That's when y'all see it. Because I'm very nice to them, and I'm like, well, yeah, hey, I give you chances. I give you chances, and I explain these things, and you still don't want them. I'm getting this my last chance. Yeah, okay, and then it goes to Facebook.
But I mean, it's people, man. And if they don't get it, they
Yep.
don't get it. Like,
That
I
yeah,
think you can
and I'll
kind of
tell you that.
boil it down to if you don't allow me to feel how I feel based off of you wanting to feel better about yourself or saying some or doing some shitty shit, then nah, you're not ever gonna be my friend. It don't matter
Right,
what it don't matter if it was racist or not, like or you know what I mean? If you don't
and like the
nah, I don't
my other thing is I cannot you are not my friend if the ideas that you believe in or even don't, but you are adjacent to people that believe in these ideas that are detrimental to my human rights as a black person, as an LGBTQ person, as anything, as a disabled person, as a veteran. If anything that you stand for is against that, and your political beliefs align with things that are against that, you cannot be my friend because that's like the picture of fucking Trump punching a MAGA supporter in the face, and they're saying, "Well, eh, it happens."
people will go for anything, man. Um
Yeah, ignorance
yeah,
is bliss, and
it really is.
I've come
I
to a
was just
point
about to
where
comment.
I don't like
That's where I went. That's the route I took. I was just like, you know what? Yeah, who needs them? I
right.
don't care. And I used to like. I was the type of person, and I really kind of still am. I used to always want friends, and I never really. I had close friends, but then I was just like, I don't need no
Same,
motherfucking friends. And
same,
then
and
like the people that was around me was around, and that's all I needed, you
and
know.
that yeah,
And
and
so,
that's why I put myself in those situations, like the situation I was telling you about
mm,
before, when being over at that house, and you could have been, me and James could have been locked up for good for years, and
mm,
just for the sake of validity from people who
yep,
didn't give a fuck about me.
yep. But I mean, what do you? Is it the validation that you look for?
At that
Like when you
time,
know, like what was okay, okay.
at that
See,
time
because
it
I
was the
and I was talking
validation.
to my bro. I'm sorry, what?
I said at that time it was the validation.
Hmm. And I just had a thought. I was talking to my bro at work about. I had to come to grips with like I wanted to do a lot of stuff with people and be known because I wanted some hoes.
Bingo.
um,
First of all,
some I
wait a
let it
minute.
go. Like I'm what?
Do you know how hard it is to be me and navigate through them motherfuckers the way that I am, the way that you know me?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So Playing straight between all of them motherfuckers is hell. Like to and no, I didn't want none of them motherfuckers. I didn't want to touch any of them motherfuckers with a 10-foot pole, but just having to play straight for all that time, it sucked. Fucking
And
sucked.
I think it's funny. Everybody's reaction the next day was like, "Huh, yup,
And
tracks."
y'all's reaction, and this is how I know who my friends, my real friends and shit was. Y'all's you and like James and all y'all was like, duh. That other guy, literally. But this was before he blocked me because he was jealous that we fucking apparently made a podcast and I was announcing it. I don't know. But he was like, yeah, when I found that out, I had to get used to it again. What?
You used to what?
Get used to me again? You know, I'm not used to people like that.
I thought he was swinging some direction at one point.
No, his wife was just fucking everybody, include me. So, you know,
That's what it was.
yeah.
See? Yeah, no.
So,
That's one of the things. That's how I used up a lot of my moral currency in that motherfucking club. I went into moral bankruptcy in the club. I should not have been in there. I had when I
listen,
really think about it,
listen. I
I'm
know
not
exactly
I'm
when.
beautiful people, but like I could have been doing so many other things. And
I know exactly
I wanted
when.
to, you know what I mean?
I
And
know
I just
exactly when
it was
and
not for me. It's
where.
still not for me.
I know exactly
Huh?
when and where we lost all of our moral currency, and it
In
wasn't.
Club Rodeo.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, where was it?
It was in Doc Howard's.
Doc Howard's.
It was in Doc Howard's.
I still remember I had that bottle of Sky vodka, and I turned up Lil Jon. Let's get out of your mind.
Yeah.
And I pulled up, and we had that motherfucker sitting right on the side of the door. Okay, about gone.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was a regular thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh golly.
But there's multiple
Oh,
instances like that,
I got a
or
headache just thinking about that.
yeah, or just
Oh, shut back here.
beyond cooning that we done
Yeah,
did that I
yeah. Try too hard to be that thing, and even and at the
right,
end of the day, you're like way left field of that thing.
right. And
Yeah,
at the end of the
that gets
day,
kind of
you just
embarrassing at a point. That gets a little embarrassing
right,
because then also I gotta say shout out to all the tricks out there because y'all really made it for them women. You know what I mean? They really ain't have to work for nothing. Y'all
hey,
did a great job.
is you
I know
doing a
y'all
good
uncle told
job?
y'all that was
Is
rule
you
number
doing?
like what 3 or 4, maybe number 2. Don't trick on the bitch, never trick on the bitch.
Yeah.
Boy, y'all took it to a whole nother level.
Hey, it be
Great
like that.
job. Great job. The internet Pimp C told us in 2007 the internet fucked all that up for us.
Yeah, it
Yep.
be like that, brother.
Yep. Greatest tricking generation of all time started in 2005 probably.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Speaking of,
Speaking of
I,
moral bankruptcy, you niggas is tricking.
yeah,
Send us into moral bankruptcy. Yeah, we could have had a wonderful life.
right. We started off with the Boondocks. What do you,
Mm.
cause I think that show really showed us how because seeing what we was doing be mocked on the not necessarily mocked because on the TV.
Yep. Held
And
the
watch
mirror
it.
in front of you.
Right, and holding the mirror in front of you, boy.
Yep.
And you just be like,
Yep.
my
Because the
bad.
R. Kelly episode was crazy.
Right.
You had a 7-year-old explaining to you the most logical thing about being peed on,
Right.
and then everybody else throwing a party and twerking in the background. And then a little, 9 and 12-year-old trying to, but it was also true.
Yeah.
That was the thing. And that's why, that's why he was so good at what he did.
Mm-hmm.
He told the truth. And it was hilarious.
Yeah. Hey,
Everything.
you niggas need to fix this. Cause what are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was the best, man. It was the best.
Yeah, man.
So let's think about real quick. We'll take a couple minutes to figure if you wrote a Boondocks episode. If bruh called you tonight and said, "I need you to help me write a Boondocks episode based off all the stuff that happened this past 15 years."
Mm-hmm.
Show me what you got.
The title of my episode is Grandpa's Stimmy Check.
Oh, Alright.
We get new shoes to a whole nother level.
I get an extra 600. Huey. 600.
600.
New shoes. New shoes. New shoes.
But Grandpa get a new car.
Okay. Lucille, wasn't it Lucille?
Yeah. We gotta
Something like
we
that.
gotta get rid of Lucille. Grandpa gotta get a new car. Let's see what else gotta go on in there. It gotta be connected. You know, basically it gotta be connected to the STEMI. Cause niggas gotta get PPP loans.
Oh, the stimmies and the PPPs.
Yeah.
Tax evasion.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Mr. Onceler got to show up at some point.
Mm-hmm. Fucking Gangsta-licious.
I knew that was coming. He got the theme song for the PPP.
Right.
Yep.
Gangsta-licious man bags really did take off.
Do the homemade. Do the homemade.
Gangsta-licious man bags did take off. In
Yeah, they did.
So
They did.
What trend is Gangsta-licious gonna have to bring from the last 15 years?
Masks.
Okay.
The
Gangsta-licious
mask.
Gangsta-licious mask. Do it got a hole in the front?
I said like a doggy door.
Like a little doggy door?
It got a mouth flap.
Yeah, it got a little mouth flap. This the Gangsta-licious mask.
No bueno. No bueno. I'm not about to play with you. Alright, so that's a bop right there because you really only get 30 minutes. You can stretch that one good.
Right.
Pause.
It'd be Grandpa's stimmy check. Grandpa get a new car, and Riley is out here. I guess Riley done got some of the stimmy check.
You got some of the stimmy.
So now Riley is out here going to get Gangsta-licious mask. He bought what's his name's new CD. Thugnificent is out here getting his ditty on. We gotta get Thugnificent out of here.
Not at that. Okay. Yep.
That
Yep.
if
That
Gangstalicious,
thuggin' love.
yeah, that Thug and Love, bro. Yeah, that's yeah.
Oh
And,
man, that's wild.
and of course, Mr. Dubois is gonna be going through some things. I don't know what he
I
going
couldn't
through,
imagine
but
what Tom's process would be. Because he's a lawyer, right?
yeah.
He's probably going to be a PPP lawyer.
Oh man. Damn, he done been
Probably
reduced to
gonna
a
have to
PPP
represent
lawyer.
Riley.
Oh yeah, yeah. Cause Riley dude probably got a PPP loan in his name somewhere, selling somebody's chocolate.
Yup. Yup. Yup.
So, look at that. You got an episode?
Um, you know what I would do? For one thing, I'm doing the Mississippi boat event.
Oh yeah, that.
Uncle Ruck is gonna be driving the boat.
Oh shit.
Nah, Uncle Ruck, I don't know, but I'm gonna put him in there somewhere. But also, and I might tie it into the protests.
Just him
You
like
know,
trying to counter protest or some shit.
Yeah, yeah. But like maybe the boat incident take off because of the protest, just kind of incorporated in there or something. Um, put Huey. I would put Huey right in the middle of the boat incident. Somehow he would. Where they from? Chicago?
I think so.
Somewhere around north. Nah, that wouldn't work. I might be thinking about it too hard too. Thinking about school. Um, yeah, it definitely be on
Oh,
some.
they in Baltimore.
Oh shoot, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah,
I couldn't
they in
imagine.
Baltimore.
Now I don't know if I have a real hot one. I don't know. I would definitely put it in that time frame though, around 2020.
I feel like Huey would be hanging out with Kendrick.
That would be a fun tie-in, huh?
Yeah. We gotta get like a
Oh, wait.
Kendrick type rapper on there.
Interesting.
You know, have them going and doing some crazy shit. You know. But
Yeah.
hey, we hit an hour.
We had an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll bet.
You ready to get out of here?
Yeah, I'm ready to get out of here. It was a good time. Where can they find you at, Q?
You can find me on my Twitch, Q with the I, or you can find me on here sometimes on Thursdays and Saturdays. And then, Trey, where can they find you?
Y'all can find me on here tomorrow, Sunday, at 7 on Twitch, off the porch pod. You can find me on Facebook at Brother Gresh Visuals. You can find me on Instagram at brother_Gresh, BROTHA, not ER.
And at some point, I will make an Instagram for this. Since,
But the main group, go like and share stuff from Facebook, the Off the Porch Pod. We can start interacting through there. Y'all throw us some ideas, play some games with us, all the above. Let's meet up there.
all of it.
And then we can
are a
kick it. That's our
community,
porch.
and we
That's
want to
our
hang
main.
out with our community.
That's our social porch right there. It's Facebook. Go hit up the Facebook and